Hello, I wanted to go over today how to make different types of earrings. And I have 3 different variations that I've made, and I'm going to be posting different videos for them throughout probably the rest of this week. We'll have them all up, and they're simple, they're easy to do, and I've had lots of questions about how to make earrings, and they're the easiest, and they're great practice for doing other things because you use the basic techniques with making earrings. So I have different types, different styles, so hopefully I can give you guys some ideas and you can get started making your own. Okay, so the first earrings we're going to work on, and I'm going to demonstrate, are these cute little, they're just clusters and can be used with so many different types of styles, different beads, different colors, different combinations, and they're just cute. And you can make them as dangly, or, I mean, this one's obviously very short and delicate, but you can add so much to it to make it almost like a tassel kind of style. And this has 20 little beads and a jump ring. So basically all you're going to need is an earring hook. And there are tons of different types of earrings that you can use. So if you don't like the way the hooks look, search around. There are so many types, and there's really pretty, really fancy, really plain. You can even use the clip-on type if you don't have pierced ears. And then I just used a fairly large jump ring. I'm sorry, I don't know the actual size of this, but you can tell it's a little bit bigger than your average jump ring. And the other tools are the head pins. So this one has the flat piece to hold the beads on. And I cheat and use a one-step looper. So these things are fantastic. If you've never used one before, I'm going to demonstrate how to make it work. And basically, I like to kind of do everything in one step. So I will string all of my beads. Okay, so now I have all 20 strung up, and I'll show you how to use the looping tool. And you can do it without the looping tool. It's just so much faster. When you're doing this many, it makes a huge difference. And this thing is great. It has a little hole here. I know it's kind of difficult to see, but there is, yeah, you can kind of tell in the reflection there. And so this little guy here is how big the center of the loop is going to be. And this one makes 1.5 millimeter loops. And so you string your wire through the center of the hole, and I hold on to the bead. I press the end of the pin with my thumb, and then with my nail I use to keep the bead in place so it doesn't wind up shifting on me. And then you just squeeze it, and it breaks it off for you, and then you have a perfect little loop, and makes it so easy and so nice. And then I always keep the ends of my wire. It's a nice sturdy wire, and it can be used for a ton of different things. And one of the last one of the earrings I'm going to demonstrate actually uses these, so they can be used. You don't have to waste all of that wire because it is a nice sturdy wire. So just show you one more time, and then I'll speed it up. But yeah, just like that. And then you have a little collection of them. Okay, so a few things to keep in mind when you're doing those. I did do a little bit of a mess up with that one that needed to be cut off with the scissors. I didn't get it in the hole, which means that it can't cut it, so it just bends it and it makes it hard to, it doesn't look as good. It can be worked with, but there's no point. I mean, just cut it off. You can reuse the wire with something else. And also, when you get these two pieces here to pinch the wire closed, if it's too close to a glass or crystal or something that's going to shatter, it will crack it, and it can shatter or just chip it. Either way, it's going to damage the bead. So be careful that you don't get it too close. I mean, you want it to be nice and close to it, but you kind of get a feel for when it's too close, and then you wind up cracking your bead. So now the fun part, and assembling. Sorry, didn't realize my tripod was on top of my tools. But I like to use, these are my two favorites. So basically, if you are just beginning and you don't have anything, I suggest these three tools. These are flush cutters, so it gets right up close to whatever it is that you are trimming. Let me see if I can zoom out a little bit so you can see that a little bit better. But yeah, so these are fantastic, and the good thing about tools is they're never on sale, so you can always use store coupons for them. I usually get my stuff at Michael's, so I take advantage of their in-store coupons all the time, but I think these guys are about $10 in the US. And then these little guys, I know there's sets that you can get that have kind of the basics of everything, and that's usually what I tell people to get because it's a much bigger deal. But these, I mean, just get some decent chain nose pliers, needle nose pliers, whichever ones you want to call them. And I think chain nose pliers are actually thinner up at the top, but these are basically the exact same thing. And they're flat and they have a little grip on the inside. So those are fantastic. And then I like these just for stability. They're a little bigger, and they don't have as much of a grip on the inside. So that's what I like. And most of the time with these, for what we're doing, it's not as crucial, but I'm going to fix some of those anyways. But just kind of make it, get close again. But chances are with the size of this, we're not going to have any problems. So, but if there's too much of a gap, just wiggle it, and you know, to wiggle like side to side. I'm not actually going to do it, but just like you want to move this way, don't try to force it the other direction. I have another video on how to open jump rings, so that'll, if you want to see that a little bit more in depth, there's that video. And but I'm going to show you anyways right now. But this, opening up this jump ring, you can see there's like a gap there where the wire comes together. And basically, if I can get a hold of everything, you want to open like that. I hope that was on camera for everybody to see, but you want any jump ring to look like that when you open it. And then basically with this, you just start stringing them on, and it's as simple as that. And like I said earlier, looks so cute with tons or even just a few. I mean, take that off and just have that as the earring. Close up the jump ring and super sweet, super delicate, and just very feminine, very pretty. And would look good with even a giant bead with that. And just very pretty style and can be used in so many different ways. And make sure those don't get away. Yeah, just keep putting these on, and hopefully with this demonstration you can get some ideas of your own and come up with your own designs and color combinations. And I just have these pretty little beige champagne color or whatever just lying around, and I figured they would be very cute for what this style is. But I mean, could you imagine putting some crystals in there? It'd be very pretty, very sparkly. And it does get really crowded, but it'll still work. If I can string. There it goes. Switch to my smaller pliers. Give myself some more room. And this one, and this one. I promise all 20 will fit, and the earring. Oh, and then don't even need to worry about opening the earring. Just slide the earring on there and close up your jump ring. Oops. Yes, mistakes happen to everybody. Don't get discouraged. And if all else fails, muscle it. It's wire, you tell it what to do, not the other way around. So I'd have to play with that for a little bit longer because it's not quite perfect. But for what it is right now, and just showing you, I promise the other one worked just fine. And that's because it's not completely closed up that one fell off. But they're very cute, very pretty, very fun, and does not have a huge dangle, and they're super light. So there's that one. So these guys are the finished set, and they're all fixed. It was just a little, I was at an awkward angle and couldn't get it to sit right, but they are clearly all fixed and work just fine. And very cute, and you can add more jump rings to this to make it longer, and add more beads to it, of course, and it'll be very, very cute, although I think it looks adorable just the way they are.